Everybody, we are back. It is Taped Online's favorite podcast, favorite channel, favorite everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also, follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at mholder95 for Matt, and of course, pandasups.com, discount code TDL for 25% off. Also, make sure you hit up Homage, which you guys did like crazy last month. I appreciate that. Definitely hit up Homage. Make sure you guys continue to do that. Hit up Homage right there. Make sure you get that QR code there as well. So make sure you guys do that. Support the channel. Like 15% of that goes to the channel. And also make sure you hit up the TDL store. I got some new stuff up here. TDL store. We got some new stuff. We got some
slides up there too.
We got some slides, bro. I got a duffel bag.
We got to offer like a beach package. We got the duffel bag. We got the slides. We got the tank top. We got the tumbler. We should offer a little special on that one or something.
You got the iPhone case. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
And the iPhone case is cheap, man. You get an iPhone case taped online. I tried to make a blanket. It wasn't working. Well, we get the slides, guys. Get the slides. You know what I'm saying? Slides. I got some
sweats just in time for summer.
Yeah, you got some track pants. You know what I'm saying? I know it's hot as hell everywhere except the East Coast. So, I mean, the duffel bag's a little expensive, but you know what I'm saying? That's a duffel bag. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Get the duffel bag, slides. You know what I'm saying? You got everything here for you guys. You got everything. So make sure you guys hit up the store, man. I'm making a flag. I'm getting a flag. I'm actually going to do that today. I'm making a flag for you guys. So the flag's coming up next. That's the next thing I'm going to do is make a flag for you guys. So yeah, we'll be doing some giveaways on that for Friday Night Live as well. So, but we're back here talking about the scouting combine, which is basically about 2 days left, right? We got the running backs, and wide receivers, and then skill guys, and then O-line tomorrow. I guess it was funny. I saw a picture Brett Coleman put up. The O-line room was empty this morning.
Oh, the media room. It is funny how just like you watch like the combine, like everyone just clears out, and once the quarterbacks talk, that's all anyone cares about. And then the weekend, like you said, the media room is it's pretty empty, pretty sparse out there. I feel like a lot of people take off at least by Saturday, if not by Friday. So
it's super interesting with that. I mean, as soon as the quarterbacks are gone, man, it's wild. And it's wild how they did it this year. It's so stupid. Like they had Mendoza, Ty Simpson, Jordan Tyson, and Carnell Tate all at the same time. Yeah. So like that was
planning.
It's stupid. Like I couldn't get to I wanted to get to I wanted to ask Cole Payton a couple questions and I didn't get a chance to because I had to watch the whole Mendoza thing. And then I tried to get to I want to get to Jordan Tyson and stuff like that. I didn't get a chance to do that. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But yeah, it was a cool experience though. I always enjoy going to the combine, hearing stuff, seeing what's going on. So yeah. But how you feeling, man? How you feel about, I know you didn't get to go this year, but how do you feel like the combine's been going?
I mean, it's been pretty good. I mean, obviously paid close attention on Thursday night, and a lot of dudes out there killed it, and a lot of guys really stood out. It's become an event where like if you're not going to do well, guys just sit out of it, which is kind of funny. Like I know we see like the average like 40 times are dropping like crazy and like this is the best, and then it's like you go and look at it, you're like, well, all the guys who look fast on tape are the ones who ran. The one who look slow end up not running. So a little bit of a correlation there. But yeah, it's been a good week. Been different for me not going this year for the first time in the last 3 seasons, but it was interesting to get a new perspective on it, to watch just from the TV copy and see what I can gather from there, and then of course getting the results today. But
yeah. It wasn't the rumors. It was super interesting. Was the rumors weren't going too crazy this week. It was kind of slow out there. The rumors weren't going too crazy. Like even the Crosby rumors, they weren't too wild this week. I mean, it's kind of basic. I mean, basically the Raiders said that they have the 2 first-round picks and that's it. I don't know if somebody's going to put that out. I know Crosby let everybody know he's healthy and the 2 first-round picks are worth it. He let everybody know. Whether
I was curious, what do you think that video was? That video to tell the Raiders and Raider fans that he's healthy, or is that video to tell other teams that he's ready to go? It's gonna go either way, I guess.
I felt it was just to let everybody know.
Yeah, everybody.
Everybody.
All 32 teams and all 32 fan bases. Yeah, that's a good cop out answer. That's a offensive answer. Which teams is it for? For 31 of the Raiders? It's for everybody. For everybody.
I kind of feel it was that way because it was he really didn't say anything like towards the Raiders. Usually he at least has some Raiders colors on when he's doing these type of things. I'm gonna keep real. He was like a green. He was trying to keep it neutral.
Shoes, going shirtless, showing off the tats. I did appreciate the free throw at the end. Like he's like, let's see, I'm ready. So let me just nail this free throw right now. I'm like, I don't know what that has to do with playing football, but it was I guess it is good to see he's at least on the path back to or rehab's going well, I should say.
Yeah, it's just the passive aggressive stuff that's bothering me.
It does feel like it's getting ugly. Like it's funny you said like the Crosby stuff wasn't too bad, and I guess maybe it was because there just wasn't maybe a ton of other news going on. I felt like every day they were talking about that on like NFL Network and stuff like that. Yeah. Maybe that's because there wasn't that a whole lot of other rumors, but it did seem like every day there was some at least discussion about it. But maybe that's because it's the biggest news that's coming out of there. And if it is quieter, then maybe all they really had to talk about, I guess. But it did seem to be one of the biggest stories at the Combine.
Yeah, I mean, the Brian Thomas rumors are interesting. What did you think about those? The Brian Thomas thing that's coming out. I mean, because
I didn't see most of it. What is it? They're considering trading him? I guess.
Yeah, I heard that's legit.
That they're legit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe interesting. He had a pretty damn good rookie year, and I felt like it was good in spurts last year. But it seems like he doesn't maybe get along with Liam Cohen, or is not picking up that offense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't know. Could be an interesting receiver to hit the market, and would be a young one.
Yeah, that would be super interesting, man. Just to kind of see what would happen, because he does still get open. Anything?
Yeah,
I don't know about like catching the football consistently. He does
get open.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So that's gonna be interesting to see what they do with that. And then I think they're a little higher on the offensive line than we want to admit. And they didn't meet with like that many defensive linemen, which I thought was interesting. Like, right? It's just Lee Hunter, basically. They met with Lee Hunter. So it's basically the noses. They met with the nose tackles.
Yeah.
Right. But like everybody else, they really didn't meet. Like they didn't meet with the guys, but they met with like a lot of corners. Met with a lot of corners. Pons is one of them. Who else did they meet with? They met with some safeties too as well. Like even Genesis Smith and guys like that. So I think they're really focusing on the secondary. I think it's going to be a big thing in this draft is secondary and cornerback. And also we'll talk about Mendoza in a second, but like it was funny when they talked to Pons, how they basically told him that they're
Fernando Mendoza. What can you tell us about Fernando Mendoza? What if they're just not actually interested in D'Angelo Pons? They just wanted to talk about Mendoza. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Exactly. See, I guess that could be a thing too. That could be a part of it too. Because it was interesting too. They meet with Omar Cooper.
Yeah, maybe I don't think they can get Cooper because it seems like Cooper might end up sneaking into the back of the first round. I don't know how he hasn't tested yet, but I feel like that's gaining some more steam where he might be like end up being like a late first round pick because I feel like he's gotten a lot more buzz over the last month or so. But yeah, maybe I don't know if they can get him. I also, you talk about with the O-line and like you brought it up with Cooper. I kind of feel like if you look at the way they drafted last year, like yes, we don't know what they have in a guys like Caleb Rogers and Charles Grant, even Dante Thornton and Jack Betch to a certain extent too. But I think you have to look at it from John Spytek's perspective. He's like, I drafted those 4 guys last year. Like I want to play it out and let them see how they do. So I wouldn't be surprised like if this year they in free agency like they go after offensive linemen and wide receivers to kind of get guys that can like give Mendoza a chance to maybe stay upright and keep him protected and give him like one more weapon. But I feel like he's not ready to like move on from those guys and give up on them maybe and draft someone. I feel like that's probably part of the reason why we're not seeing them tied to as many offensive linemen and wideouts, whereas they're looking at guys in the secondary where they need bodies at this point because they have so many damn free agents on the defensive side of the ball. It is interesting though that they might not be meeting with as many D linemen, but I mean I'm sure we'll get into this here in a second. But switching to the 3-4, they're gonna need a true nose tackle and they're meeting with those guys. And that's where the strength of this draft class is on the D line, I think, at least at the D tackle spot.
All right. What is this? What? Easy offer, Kyler. Get out of here. That shit. Thanks for the donation, Space Beast, but man, get out of here,
Good.
Cardinals. I'm gonna need for that. I would need Kyle Murray, Buda Baker, Marvin Harrison Jr. and they got some good pass rushers over there. Give me some of those pass rushers too. I need like 6 guys. I need your whole defense.
Get Josh Sweat too.
Josh Sweat. I need Josh Sweat, Buda Baker, Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison Jr.
You have to
your first round picks next 2
to
years.
get the Raiders to take Kyler Murray. You'd have to throw in an extra first round pick.
Yeah. I would need all of that. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy, man. But yeah, I'm trying to find this NFL visit thing because like it felt weird when I was out there because I had to nobody was asking those questions and I felt like, man, am I the one who's gonna have to do this? Am I the one who's gonna have to ask this?
You're gonna have to be. Have you met with this team?
Yeah, I'm like they're gonna make me do this. I didn't want to be that guy. So that's what I did with Lee Hunter. You know what I mean? But yeah, that ended up happening. But yeah, said
Marcus. You were the have you met with this team?
I had to be nobody was doing it. I know people wanted to know. And then I said I got the Lee Hunter one, and that I was on Instagram and stuff. Everybody was excited. I was like, man, the people really want this shit, don't they?
And it's funny. It's it is such a no offense. It is a dumb question because that's why they are at these things. But people love it. People eat it up. They want to know who met with who. That's why the questions keep getting asked.
Yeah. Because that's why I didn't ask too many linebackers. I was trying to look it up because somebody asked me about linebackers. They said don't rate for Mitch. He did it all day. But like I said, we was asking people, and then they tell you no, and you seem like it's a stupid question. You just wasted a question. That's why I don't like doing it too. Because it's did you be with the Raiders? No, I didn't.
There's no follow. Yeah, and there's no follow up to it. Yeah.
That's why I like asking it, but that's what I did with Lee Hunter. But I know Pons did. Vinny talked about that. Not too many linebackers either. I mean, I'm sure they met with all those linebackers. Which is interesting. Though. Yeah, I'm sure. I think the interesting one was the D line. How they didn't meet with any defensive line.
None of the edges. That's interesting too, because
I
mean. We talked about this before. They need help on the other spot, and then again with the Crosby rumors, if there's any weight to that at all, they're really going to need help at edge then too.
Yeah, well, I bet most of the meetings, which is kind of funny, was today with the O lineman. I bet it. I bet it was the O line guys, just a bunch of meetings and all of that. But I was saying the safeties and the DBs, they did meet with those guys. I know they met with Jennings Smith. And I know they met with Pons. I think they met with some other cornerbacks too as well. I couldn't figure it out, but they really did focus on the safeties and the DBs. And basically, probably the other one is the one today where I didn't get to ask those questions. And I'm sure nobody was there to ask them today because nobody cares about O-line. So, all right, but let's talk about 3-4. So the Raiders are going to 3-4. Rob Leonard, 3-4. Keep asking your questions, guys. I'm going to get to your questions here shortly. Just keep asking them. I'm saving all your questions here just so you know. Thanks for joining us this morning. I know it's early for some of you guys. Some of you guys a little later, but it is what it is. Your thoughts on going to a 3-4 and how much will they actually be in a 3-4 too? I want to ask.
Yeah, well, I think one of the things that I've talked about in the past, the 3-4, 4-3, kind of the lines get pretty blurred with how much how much nickel teams play these days. Nickel is the new base, so it really ends up being a 4-2-5 or a 3-3-5. Basically the same damn thing. You're just putting it just depends on how many guys you have on the line of scrimmage. It's more about even or odd fronts. But I think one of the biggest things that we talked about before, and we kind of already had a feeling we were already kind of going this way with how the defense they did struggle. The one way teams could run on them was just kind of running up the middle, and I felt like they needed kind of that nose tackle anyway. Now that you're switching to more odd fronts, running in the 3-4, you're really going to need someone to be able to do that. If you remember 2 years ago when they had John Jenkins for, I guess it was 2023 and 2024 with Rob Leonard, I think that was a big part of it too. So it's not too surprising. Then Pete Carroll comes in and he wanted the gap shooters, the smaller defensive tackles. So I think it fits their personnel a lot better. If I look at just their defensive line, obviously it's still got to get a nose tackle because they don't have one on the roster after last year's makeover. But a guy like Jonah Laulu, Jonah Laulu's biggest issue was they were putting him at 3 technique, and he's not big and strong enough to be able to hold up against double teams. When you put him at like the 4-eye to 5 technique in the odd fronts, one, he's playing a little bit further outside, and he's not going to be taking on guards as much. He's going to be taking on more tackles. And on top of it too, like one of the biggest differences between even and odd fronts is odd fronts, you're putting one more guy on the line of scrimmage, so you're taking away combo blocks from the offensive line. Like in most zone running schemes, like basically what they have happen is they'll have like a guard and a center be responsible for a first level defender, a defensive tackle, and then a linebacker. Well, when you have more guys on the line, now you have to kind of play man to man, and you can't like work up to the second level because there's not as many guys there. You have to take care of the first level first. So I think that's going to help out, especially with the guys like Laulu. Tyree Wilson, I've always thought he was best. It's kind of like this 4-eye to 5 technique type of guy, rather than being like the base end where his lack of athleticism get off is a bigger issue. So I think it's a good better fit for him. And then I think Max too, assuming Max is still around, I think it's going to be a lot better. Or I think Cam played the stand-up position. He kind of did that a lot this past season too, where he played out of the 2-point stance and played from those wide techniques. So I think we've already kind of seen him start to do that. And linebacker, I mean, every linebacker from last season is already a free agent, so they already had to address the position. So it doesn't really change much there. I do think Cody Lindenberg and Tommy Eichenberg, they're made to play on it as inside backers and in an odd front scheme where maybe their lack of range sideline to sideline isn't as big of a deal because there's going to be 2 of them in the middle instead of just one in a 4-3 type of system, and they can take on blocks and stuff like that and be able to make the defensive line right in the running game because they have good instincts in that part and that phase too. So,
all right, so let's transition that to the draft. So we got a couple questions here about nose tackles here. How do we feel about Lee Hunter's vert and broad jump? I know his on-field drills were good though.
I'm not really worried about a nose tackle's workout. Like it's not like a guy that I just want to like sit in gaps and plug it up. Like I'm not worried about that with him. Like it's not good. I wouldn't expect it to be good. I know his broad jump was pretty sorry. I think his vert was like definitely is the lowest at the combine. Let me see, what was it?
Oh, I mean, I think it's one of the lowest of all time, not just at the combine.
6 inches lower. I mean, 21.5 inches. That's you might be getting a credit card under that.
I don't know. I feel like most people in the chat could do 21 inches. I don't know.
I think so too. Most people in the chat aren't 330 pounds.
Let's get that. That is true too.
That's funny. We got like Lee Hunter with the shortest, and then Eli Stowers with the 45.5 inch vert. So got like both ends of the spectrum this year. But yeah, I'm not really worried about Lee Hunter's testing. I knew he wasn't going to test well, and this wasn't his event.
Yeah. Do you think that it's going to make him slide though? Is Lee Hunter's workout going to make him slide? Could he have a Travis Jones like fall, or just too good on film to get out of the second?
I mean, I don't know if he will necessarily slide, but he's not. The case of him trying to push his way into the first round is weakened, and I think maybe he's definitely could be available at 36. I think that's definitely an option.
Okay. And then so out of these guys, I mean, I know Banks is going first round. Like he
seems like he's going there.
Yeah, he's 6'6", 330. He ran a 5, and he jumped 32, 33, 32, 30, 32, I think. Something like that.
Yeah, he didn't have he had a good jump for his size. It was Let's see.
Yeah, he had what was it?
Yeah, 32-inch vert, 9'6" broad, which is not bad for a D tackle.
Yeah,
for a 300-pound D tackle.
I doubt he falls to 36. He might be the first DT taken at this point, even though I don't know if its film really matches that. But
it does
ignore that.
Yeah, it doesn't. He's not perfect on film, but like you said, I think he's got the size, the athleticism, the traits that someone's going to take a chance on him probably in the first round. Like I still have like a second round grade on him, but I would not be surprised at all if he goes in the late first round in the 20s to early 30s.
Yeah. So
I was going to say Hunter, I think, like we said, I think there's a legit chance Hunter's there at 36. And McDonald, it wouldn't. It seems like the momentum on him is like stalled out since the season's over. He didn't work out, or he didn't do any like the time drills or the measurable drills at the combine, but like he did the position stuff. I remember watching that. Like I was not as impressed with him. I mean, I know again, nose tackles, I'm not expecting to really stand out in an event like the combine, but part of the allure with Cade McDonald is that he's like has athletic potential to contribute as a pass rusher, and I like watched him like he just looked a little more stiff, like he was kind of slipping a little bit. So
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe he's a guy that like ends up that we thought might be a first round pick and ends up sliding into the second at 36. If he did, I'd be excited about that. I like him a little bit better than Lee Hunter just because again, I think he has a little bit more athletic upside. And I think he's might be a year or two younger than Hunter is. So I would be pretty excited if McDonald slipped and was there at 36. We just did a mock draft at BR that's coming out on I think Monday, and I ended up nabbing up Cade McDonald for the Raiders at 36. So to give you guys a little sneak peek, a little preview, a little teaser there. So
yeah, there's some other guys like Big Citrus who he was hilarious because he was probably one of the most arrogant players there.
Oh yeah,
was Big Citrus, like he was arrogant. Somebody asked him like, "What's his weaknesses?" He's like, "I don't have any." I mean, sometimes teams say I got bad hands, but
all right, you know what? I can appreciate it. I like the confidence. Maybe we need to get a little humbled there, Big Citrus, but I appreciate that he's confident in himself. It's not a confidence issue with him.
Yeah, it was funny. But like, what about somebody like him? Like, what are your thoughts on Big Citrus?
Yeah, he's a guy I'll probably do here, especially now that it's confirmed they're going to go to a more odd fronts. I'll probably do him before the draft. I like him as like a third round pick. I thought he was getting a little bit too much hype like beginning of the season, but it seems like it's kind of come back down. But yeah, I like him as like a third round type of guy. He's definitely a big dude who can like plug up gaps in the middle again. Feeds into the strong nose tackle class that is this season this year.
Yeah. When I watched him on film, I felt like that he probably was dominant the year before, and I feel like this year he was getting triple teamed like crazy, like especially with their scheme. Like they do the 3-3-5 and how even their splits. Like it's easy for those three interior offensive linemen just to
work up to move him out of the way and work him up and work up.
Yeah, and then let the other guys go one-on-one with the Iowa State defensive ends who they aren't guys who are going to be high draft picks or nothing like that. So I think teams are able to focus on him a lot. So I was super interested to see what happens with him in the NFL. But he was talking about playing 3 technique because I think he came in like a lot lower weight than we all expected. But he was saying that he was thinking about playing 3 technique. He didn't even see himself as a nose. That's what I'm talking about. His interview was crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you, Matt.
It kind of reminds me of I don't know if you remember Keanu Benton when he was coming out of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
The difference with Keanu Benton was he played nose at Iowa and everyone kind of saw him as that. And then he went to the Senior Bowl and crushed it at 3 technique. And Orange hasn't done that. Like Dominique didn't. I think he committed to playing the Senior Bowl and then pulled out of it. So at least with Keanu Benton, it was like, okay, we've seen you play some 3 technique and play well at it. And his answer was more of like, oh, I just never got asked to, but I want to do it in the NFL. But it's interesting that Dominique Orange wants to slide over.
He thinks it's a 3 tech. He's like I could play 0, but I could play 3 tech too. Like he thinks I'm like, I mean, maybe.
I like I like a guy with a little bit of an edge, a little confidence to him. Yeah. He was 322, so he could still play nose. That's still nose tackle size. And 33 and 3/8 inch arms, like that's normally your noses are like under 33. But he's got the length to do it, I guess.
Yeah. He's lean too. This thing, he's a lot leaner than I thought. He's a lean guy too, man. He's pretty lean. So it's not like he's a big fat dude. Because Lee Harvey was not lean. Lee Harvey looks like he eats a lot. That's why he jumped 20. Oh yeah, I keep saying. Lee Hunter, Lee Hunter. He looks like he eats a lot, and this is the way he talks. Somebody talk about if he was the best interview. Yeah, he was hilarious because he's talking about how he bought his brother a 4-wheeler, 18-wheeler.
Wait, what?
He brought his brother 2 18-wheelers with his NIL
like
money.
A semi, why?
Yeah. Because I guess his brother has some kind of business.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that's like if someone got me an 18-wheeler, I'd be like, no, thank you.
No, you just aren't country enough for that, man. You just don't get it. You don't get it.
I get it.
The excitement of getting an 18-wheeler.
I did say Lee Hunter, his nickname if he gets drafted to the Raiders, I'm calling him Big Country.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, he is. He's a country boy. That's for sure. He definitely wears like overalls and stuff.
Yeah, I can see him
like
overalls.
fishing.
He's got the dip can, like the dip can imprint on the back pocket.
That is Lee Hunter for sure, man. For sure. A couple other questions. What do you guys think if we had to choose Chason or Kuntz 3-year contract or so?
I mean, you got to go Chason after the last 2 seasons. Like he's been hands down the better player. I mean, it sucks for Kuntz because it was an injury. Like an injury is the reason, but Chason was better than him this past year too. And I don't know, Kuntz just didn't look the same. So I think maybe you got to go Chason at this point.
Yeah, I think so too, man. So all right. So next up, I guess we talk about the DBs, the safeties, right? I mean, that was probably the other big one. I mean, Sonny Styles, of course. I guess we could go position for position. I mean, the Raiders have no chance of getting him, obviously. But
I was gonna say I like watched his combine. And I'm like, man, remember like when there was a time when we thought maybe he might slip to the second round?
Yeah, I saw that. I went back and saw that video the other day.
I was like, oh my god! I think someone commented on it that he's a 4th round pick. I'm like, I wonder where that guy's doing this morning because he had a rough day on Thursday. Jesus, man. 240 in 43 and a half inch vertical, sub 4.5 40, like great 10-yard split too. Yeah, that's how you crush a combine workout. He had a hell of a broad jump too. I think it was over 11 feet. Like that was damn impressive. And the crazy thing is, he's the slow one in his family.
I know.
Lorenzo Styles has the fastest 40 right now at 4.50.
Which was somebody posted, how fast is Charlie Becker? Because Charlie Becker ran right past him. How fast? Becker's kind of fast on film. I saw him catch a little hitch route. He just took off, and I was like, yo. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing down there, but man. But yeah, Styles is a freak. I wonder how high he's gonna go, man. I
wouldn't be surprised if he goes top 5. Like,
yeah.
He to me, like the way he played in his the way he performed at the combine just proved that he's a freak. And like he's different. Like you can ignore positional value because he's just different. Like there's not many linebackers, not many humans that can do what he does at his size. And the tape matches it.
He's a freak. You know, somebody I do want to talk about because somebody that we talked about a lot and we did a breakdown on him was Jacob Rodriguez, who had a really good combine. He had a great week.
He's just been moving up since the end of the season too, and he had a great season too, which is crazy. Like I think you look at him at the Senior Bowl, he played really well there too. Like at the combine, his biggest issue at the combine was he was right behind Arvell Reese, like literally the next in line, like after all the drills. So you watch Arvell, who's this like physically impressive dude, just moves so well. And then you see Jacob Rodriguez, who had a good workout, but he's not the physical freak that Arvell Reese is. And that's why that guy's going top 5. And we're talking about Jacob Rodriguez now sneaking into the day 2 category. Yeah. He had a really good workout. He's definitely earned himself a lot of points on my grading scale too for this season. So yeah, he had a really good workout. And I think one of the most impressive things is he ran a sub 4.6 40, he ran 4.58, which one of my concerns with him, if you remember my breakdown, was I wasn't sure how good his long speed was to like play like Tampa 2 coverages and stuff like that. But I mean, sub 4.6 at linebacker, that'll work. We can work with that. And I think he had he did pretty well in the position specific drills too. It was smooth. So
his vert was really good. His 3-cone was 6.9.
Yeah, he tested pretty well in pretty much everything. The only thing that wasn't like let me see it. I think he had a good 10-yard split too. Just wasn't like standout, but yeah, like he did pretty damn well. You can see.
Yeah, 9.52 RAS athletic score, relative athletic score. So yeah,
and that's probably getting weighed down because of his size, because he's not the biggest dude in the world.
Yeah. See, Daniel's right here. It's more about him shedding blocks. I mean, that's his issue, but. But if you take him, and I mean, he's a playmaker, obviously. I mean, if you make plays at a Senior Bowl practice like that, you're a playmaker, bro. Like, there's nothing we can't. That's just something he does, Yeah.
If you can get 2 gappers in front of him, or like you can kind of just let him play free, then I think he can be fine. That's why, like, I think he needs to go in that scheme, in that type of scheme, which could help. You get Lee Hunter in the second and Jacob Rodriguez in the third, keep that pairing together, and let Hunter eat up those double teams and keep him free to roam and make those plays.
Yeah. Some other linebackers here. I want to ask: is Anthony Hill Jr.? Tell me a little about Anthony Hill Jr.
Kenneth Murray 2.0.
I don't know how to
Just straight downhill. Just straight downhill. Can blitz.
know how
Really
to
good at
answer.
doing that. He's a better version of a Landon Roberts. But yeah, he's Kenneth Murray all over.
I don't like that answer. I don't like it.
He tested his straight line like he had a good 40, but I'm like, okay, I kind of expected that for you. Like, let me see. Yeah, 4.51, like that'll work as a 40, but that's what he's best at, is just going straight. Let's see. Did he do the 3-cone? No.
No.
Yeah, he didn't do any of the change direction drills.
Yeah, no.
Like he's very that's what I'm saying. Like he's very good at like just going straight downhill, like see ball, get ball type of stuff. But you ask him to move side to side, and it's a different story. And I don't think he's great in coverage, but he to me is more of like a third round guy, and not in the sense of like Rodriguez has worked himself up that way. He to me has always kind of been Anthony Hill's always just kind of been overrated. I think that was part of the reason why, like, if you remember going into the season, some people were talking about him playing edge. And
yeah,
I think that was part of it.
Yeah. And then Trotter is a good player too. I mean, there's a lot of options. There's just a lot of options at linebackers and safeties. That's why, like, somebody asked about drafting Omar Cooper. I just feel like if you do that, man, like you're gonna miss one of these guys.
You're gonna miss a defensive player.
Yeah, and that's what my bad. And that's what scares me about it. Like, is that wide receiver going to be as good as any defensive players? And that's kind of where I'm at with this, man. It's tough. It's tough for me to do like the Omar Cooper. I just feel like it's such a luxury that the Raiders can't afford to do, since they have no young talent on defense. They just have none. They have no young talent over there. You know what I mean? Really.
And again, with wide receiver, it's like, let's see what we have in Dante Thornton Jr. and Jack Betch. You know what I mean? Like like part of the frustration was this past season that we didn't get like the full experience with them, or didn't get to see them for like as much as we should have. So like, let's see what they have in them. And then if it's still an issue after this year, like that's when you can address it. That's when you can go after the class. So
yeah, I agree with that. Any defensive ends that stood out to you? We didn't really talk about edges too much.
So it was interesting. It was like a lot of the guys that I think dominated like the combine were like the first round guys, and then like almost all the second round guys like didn't like participate. Like Armaze Thomas didn't do any drills. Derek Moore didn't. Zion Young did. He's a second round guy, but now that the Raiders are switching schemes, I don't know how much of a fit he is anymore. So it was weird. Like there was not like the middle, I guess, going into it, like didn't really participate, which is I think where the Raiders are going to live when we start talking about pick 36. But one guy who really stood out to me that I think could be a good candidate, maybe with pick 67, Malachi Lawrence from UCF.
Yeah,
he was a dude. I watched him. He caught my eye at the Shrine Bowl, just how he performed over there. So I flipped on his tape like probably a few weeks ago, or shortly after the All-Star games. Yeah. And like you could tell, like he was a good athlete and could definitely contribute as a DPR, as a pass rusher, right out of the gate. And then he goes to the combine, and I think he was like top 2 and like damn near. I think he finished second in like damn near every testing category. So he's a dude who caught my eye. He was really good in the position drills too. So a guy that I think's risen up boards with the last couple of months. Probably didn't get a ton of steam because UCF didn't have a good year this season, but he's a dude who I think can contribute as a pass rusher right away, and clearly has plenty of traits to work with.
Yeah. None of the defense ends worked out. Just like the corners, man. None of the corners really worked out either. Yeah, that was kind of interesting as hell. Like, I mean, we know McCoy was gonna work out, but like, I mean, Terrell kind of.
I wanted McCoy to work out. McCoy hasn't done anything. He hasn't done anything in over a year.
He didn't even do drills. He did the bench press 14.
Oh, he benched.
Yeah, he did the bench.
I like that. Just come up and just bench press. That's the ultimate bro workout right there.
Yeah. So corner's another position. I mean, they're definitely gonna look at. Of course, D'Angelo Pons is a popular guy out there that he didn't run a 40. But he did his vert 43 and a half, which is crazy. And he had a good workout. He looked really good working out. Pons is just a small guy, and you're going to have to deal with that. He's kind of like, I mean, I don't know if people are like it, but he reminded me of Meat Robinson. Like, he's just a tough, tiny guy. But if you're going to watch him and you want to be hype on him, do not watch Ohio State.
Oh, okay.
because
Those big dudes. All of a sudden, he goes up against Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate, who have like 6 inches on them, and it's a little bit
just
different.
like if you want to because Jeremiah Smith was just tossing him around like a rag doll, basically, and he couldn't do anything. He had a good rep against him in the red zone, but yeah, like he has like you could play him outside maybe, but like it would be so tough, man. It would be so tough because like if he faces a guy like that, if he goes against AJ Brown, like Brown is going to just dominate him, right? It's going to be dominant, and he's not going to be able to do too much. And it's good. And so I'm saying it's going to be like a Meek Robinson, where it's like Meek Robinson against certain guys, he does really well. And then it's other guys he doesn't do as well, even though I think he has better change of direction and stuff like that than Meek does. Meek's a little bit stiffer, but like it's gonna be that type of situation where he's tough, he tackles, he does all of this crazy tough stuff, but man, it's just that limitation is there. And then once you face that huge guy, it's not gonna be easy for him. Yeah, it's going to be tough.
He's a guy, you love his game and it translates well, but it is very niche because of his size. And it's size, that's how it is. Like there are very few. What was the guy? He played for the Rams. His name was Jackrabbit. It was Janoris Jenkins.
Yeah.
I think he came out of Florida. Like those guys are very rare. And even like Janoris Jenkins had some issues with his size when he was playing outside. So yeah, I like Pons a lot. I mean, the good news is for the Raiders, like they need a nickel. So he still is an option. But I think you're right. Like just the size and his physical limitations are going to push him inside and into more of a niche role in the NFL.
Yeah, Chris Johnson had a great combine.
Yeah, I meant to tag you in that. Yeah, he had, because you're one of the contenders with long speed with him, right? Too. He ran 4.4 flat, I think, right?
Yeah. Had a good vert. Pretty good broad. And we see, we talk about how strong he was. He benched 17 reps. So.
That'll work.
Not bad at 193 hitting 17 reps. It's not bad, man. That means he's a strong dude. And I think that's why I think he's a good fit for what the Raiders want to do, because I know Joe Woods and those guys, they love to play. They love to play cover 5. They do. They like to play too high. They like to play cover 5, and that's why I think him and Porter, when they have both those sides, and I know Porter is not the strongest tackler in the world, but like Johnson, he is like that. He's one of the best tackling corners I've seen in a long time. And so with him playing press and him getting those hands on you, how strong he is, that makes it perfect. So when they get in the trail and they have those safeties over the top, man, they're always in the perfect position, and they're both, and those guys both have good ball skills. So I really like Chris Johnson. Keontae Slot. I did Keontae Scott, didn't I? I did him. Yeah, he's a good player too. He's a good slot corner. I like him as well. That's somebody that could fit at what they want to do. But Chris Johnson had it. I was excited about that. I just wonder if he ends up going first round now, though. But who knows? Who knows, man? With some of these drafts, and just because he's still a small school guy, and I don't think he had the greatest Senior Bowl in the world. You know what I mean? So that might affect a little bit. But I still think that's a position that I liked. I thought Cesian's Prysock, who I liked at the Senior Bowl, had a good week. And then my dude, Big STD, he asked about Takario Davis. But I don't know too much about Takario Davis, though.
He was an interesting one. Going into the 2024 season when he was at Arizona, like he had like some hype, and then he just had a bad year. Transferred to UW, Washington, to go back to play for Fish, and just kind of like never really like took off. I don't know a ton about like where he's at right now. I haven't watched him play in a while. I remember liking him going into last year just because of his size and what he had put on tape in 2023, and then it just kind of slid ever since then. It seems like maybe a bit past season, but I don't know him that well.
I know that we had Pete Carroll that he would draft him. So.
He's the Carroll corner, 6'4" and lanky, and can run.
Yeah, I feel bad for Pete because there's a bunch of guys that are like have 33
this is his draft.
He's at home just pissed off, angry.
Man, look at all these long corners I could have had.
See, I would have won. Telling his wife while he's eating a sandwich. I would have won. I see all these long corners I got. See, this is what happens. Oh my God. Somebody asked, does the Stokes fit cover 5? I don't think so, but I heard they're trying to change directions. I heard they're trying to pay him and bring him back. I'm nervous. I'm so nervous about that.
If it's
nervous,
I'd understand it if it's like 10 million, 12 million, something like that. Like that's kind of like you're going to be your going rate for a starting corner at this page. But if it gets into like the 15s to the 20s, I'm going to be like, dude, this is a mistake. Especially if they do want to run a lot more cover 5, they do run a lot more cut man because he just can't change directions. Like he's a cover 3. He can play cover 4, not true quarters, but cover 4 where he can just stay on top of guys. That's where he's at his best because that's what he's good at. He has great linear speed and good ball skills, but he just can't change direction and turn and stuff like that.
All right, so let's get to the safeties. But somebody asked, Q Hutchins, is Quavion Hutchins? What do you think of him?
He's very good change of direction. He like what I like about his game is he does a really good job of like selling his pass rush moves where he'll like stem inside and then he has elite like change of direction quickness to win across the tackle's face and pick guys up. But against tackles that can stay in front of him or like have better technique, he is screwed because he doesn't have great use of hands and he's light. He's sub 240. So like if they get their hands on him, they just ride him inside or ride him past the quarterback. And he's just not a complete pass rusher. I mean, I'll put it this way. He had Boston College was bad this year. He had 2.5 sacks this past season. So it's like, you're not like, there's not like he's like a interesting dude because he does have he has a really good trick, but he's a one-trick pony kind of deal is kind of what I'm getting at, where he might have like 1 or 2 other moves, but that's really like all he can do. And he's not going to be able to play the run at his size. I tell you what, man, like, I don't know if you remember, like there was one clip that was floating around at the Senior Bowl where he like did the stick move, like he set it up inside and went outside and the tackle was literally on his ass at the end of it. So he's like that kind of dude. Like he'll have like really flashy reps every now and again, but against the more athletic tackles and stuff like that, he's going to struggle to win because he doesn't have he doesn't have a nice counter move to that.
All right, so we got a lot of safety questions here. So let's talk about these safeties here, who they all ran really fast for safeties, which is crazy. Of course, I mean, only one that was normal, and everybody's like, "Oh, 4.52, this is a big deal. This is a normal safety." Oh, you're slow, which is actually fast for a safety. But everybody else went off for it. So what are you thinking of the safety group? I mean, it's a group that I've studied a lot. So, what are your thoughts, Matt?
Yeah, I think it's one of the things, like that's one of the nice things that I think when we look at the Raiders draft as a whole, like it does feel like this draft class is deep at a lot of positions of need for the Raiders, and safety is being one of them. I mean, I know people have been asking about Dylan Thieneman. Yeah, he might have played his way into the first round because he flew with a 4.35. That was nuts. And then on top of it too, like he had really smooth hips and stuff like that, and like the little wave drill and stuff and position specific drills that they have. So he's a guy that if he's at 36, he's definitely another option. But I think you guys are right. I think he might have played his way into that back end of that first round, especially in this draft class that doesn't have a ton of like top end talent at the premium positions. I think we could easily see 3, maybe even 4 safeties go in the first round between Downs, Manuel Warren, who also had a pretty good workout, and then Thieneman. But I mean, Bud Clark's a guy that I've broken down too, and I know you like his game too. He did what he needed to do, ran a 4.41, which is good to see. I think he had a really good 10-yard split too. So it's definitely a deep safety class where I think there's a ton of options. I mean, we're kind of joking about it at the top, but Lorenzo Styles runs a 4.27, and he's like a late day three guy going into this, just to kind of paint the picture for you. So and obviously has pretty damn good genes, but there's a lot of safeties that I think, like if you look at the way this falls, that I think the Raiders could probably get a good one in like the 3rd or 4th round. I think a guy like Bud Clark could be available in the 3rd, and maybe if he continues to trend upward. But it's a deep safety class where I think there's going to be a lot of options for the Raiders. AJ Halsey running 4.52, 4.52, which again, it was slow for this. That was tied for the slowest time in this group. But again, what we were talking about before, it's gotten to a point where guys who are slow just don't run it anymore. And 4.52 did he weigh in officially over 220?
215.
Okay,
he dropped some weight.
So a little bit lighter. He dropped some weight, but even so, at that size of 4.52, that'll work. We can play with that.
So with the safety group and Kilgore, I thought he had a really good day. I think he hit a 4.4 still. but he had a good day. He is a huge slot, but he
Yeah.
played primarily in the
Nickel, yeah.
slot, like all the whole time in South Carolina, right? And he has a little bit of coverage issues and things, but he tackles well. He can blitz, and he has speed. He has athleticism, so he has some good film, and he's a good player. So he's a good like late day 2 player, right? Kilgore. Of course, Emmanuel McMorrin, he's a stud. I have to get into him. Traydon Stukes is somebody I gotta look at too. My boy Derek DB, man, he loves him. So I would definitely want to check him out. Traydon Stukes, because he ended up running a 4.3, didn't he? Like 4.33. Good Lord. 6'1", 190.
Fastest time. Yeah, that's our third fastest time. Genesis Smith's running mate. So I guess there's a couple safeties this past season.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I want to check him out. I need to check his film out. One guy that I liked on film when because I do some of that stuff for Draft Fanatics, and we were doing like the back end of safeties, was Robert Spears Jennings. I liked his
Oklahoma.
Film. I did, man. He tackles. He's a hitter. He will hit the hell out of you. I mean, like seriously, dude. He hits the hell out of you, and I saw it on film how athletic he was. It was catching me off guard. Like he was covering wide receivers, especially like he's in quarters. That's what I'm saying. He's perfect for too high, because in quarters he has the hips and the speed to cover those guys. And I saw it on film. I was like, why is it people not high on this guy like this? This guy's athletic freak, and he's big and he's athletic, and then he ran a 4.3 too. I was like, yo, yeah, that's the type of guy you get a safety at 4th round, and you might end up hitting on him just because he's an athletic freak. And I'm telling you, does he hit, bro? Like that's probably my favorite thing about him is like he comes down, he'll smack you. So imagine that guy coming full speed 4.3, smacking running backs. That's Robert Spears Jennings, man. That Spears is perfect part of his name. I'm telling you, that dude could hit, man. And he had a good 40-yard, 20-yard shuttle, looks like too. Dude, he can. Well, it's 4.43. I don't know if that's good or not. To be honest, off the top of my head.
Yeah, I think that's a little long. I don't know. I can't tell you off the top of my head. Genesis Smith had a 4.18 though.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess probably not that great, but but yeah, man, Spears Jennings is like nobody really talked about him, but that dude, he can play, man. That's like say that he might even be there in the 5th or something like that, and he might be that type of guy, that safety that you steal in the 5th round that just becomes that dog hitter type of guy. So I really liked him, man.
Yeah. For reference, a 4.43 shuttle for a safety is a 3.27 RAS out of 10. So not exactly ideal, but it's all right. Everything else was good. He had a 9.3 overall, but yeah, we got to work on that shuttle time.
Does 3-4 scheme value run stopping linebackers or coverage linebackers?
Say it again.
Sorry. Does 3-4 scheme value run stopping linebackers or coverage linebackers?
I mean, it depends on the coverage that you're paying behind it. It's kind of like you have more flexibility because you can have like one of them drop to protect against you in coverage, and then one kind of creep up towards the line of scrimmage because you have 2 linebackers on the inside versus one. So you can it's more inside linebacker friendly, I guess is what a good way to put it. But yeah, it kind of depends a little bit more on what you're looking for. Usually you have like one guy. Usually when you're running a 3-4, you have like one guy who can play the run pretty well and then one who can cover. Like if you remember the Navarro Bowman and Patrick Willis days from the Niners in the early 2010s, like Patrick Willis was a great downhill run defender. Navarro Bowman could play the back end a little bit. So typically you want one of each, I guess, is the way to look at it.
Do you have any 40 props? I don't think so, man. No 40 props from me.
Don't.
And does Love run a 4.39? Ooh.
He can fly. It would not surprise me if he runs.
It would not surprise me. Yeah, it would not surprise. I forgot what he weighed in at today. Let me look, but he weighed in pretty high. Yeah. And then we're gonna talk about the elephant in the room here, which is Mendoza here. How does Tonka Hemingway fit into 3-4?
It's funny to me when one of my concerns about Tonka when he got drafted is he's kind of like a tweener size where like he's like not big enough to play defensive tackle and probably too big or not athletic enough to play like as a true base end. The best way to like kind of mitigate that is to put him at the 4-eye or the 5 technique, which is kind of like a hybrid between those two spots. So he's another guy when I talk about like I feel like the Raiders personnel fits the 3-4 scheme better. Like I would think is going to factor into that rotation at the 4i with Laulu, Tyree Wilson, and then Hemingway. Those two guys I think would be my three candidates to fight for the two starting spots at those spot whereas the roster currently stands heading into training camp.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to the last skill position here. So we'll talk about, of course, quarterback could be easy for us, right? I mean, we're taking a quarterback, and me personally, as a short quarterback hater, I'm excited that my quarterback is 6'5", 236. This dude's Justin Herbert. I guess I mean, he's huge in person.
He's a big dude. Like, yeah,
he's huge, man.
That's the thing too. It's so funny. Like, we talked about this before. Imagine like 10 years ago is like trying to like poo-poo the 6'5", 230-pound pocket passer. Just how far we veered away from quarterback evaluations because of Patrick Mahomes.
I know, man. Like, bruh, this is like the ultimate quarterback prospect at this point. Like, 6'5", 236, won the national championship in Indiana, can make every throw. Won the Heisman.
Type of guy you want your daughter to date.
Yeah, he had a great press conference. Like his when he talked about leadership, being a leader, bro. I was like, yo, bro.
Yeah.
Turn the card in, dog. This is I'm done here. I'm ready to go home from the combine. I'm done after this. Like his press conference is really good, man. Bro, dog. That's what I'm saying. He's 240 basically. I was like, yo. He said, "Are you concerned about his 9.5-inch hands?" I think no, because if it was under 9, then we'd be concerned. Like when you're at 9 inches, but 9.5 is not huge. It's kind of just in the middle. You know what I mean? So yeah. So that's a he's a monster. You know what I'm saying? That's a big ass dude. I mean, Drew Aller is getting a lot of buzz because he came in basically the same size. I was saying he's the same size as Drew Aller. Right.
And part of the reason why you like Drew Aller is because of the size. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, because Aller, like, he's getting a lot of buzz now. Like, Aller's getting some QB2 buzz. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
So he's getting up there. Running back is going to be a thing, I guess. I mean, I think they're going to draft one, right? I mean, we're talking about wide receiver. Well, hopefully they don't shock us and take a running back in the third round. Let's
they take Jeremiah Love 1-1.
Talking about taking a wide receiver early. He said that we need a backup running back. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But
which I feel like we knew. I don't know.
Yeah.
The funny thing is to me, I'm like, I was thinking about this like a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, they definitely need a running back too. But if you think about it, like Raheem Mostert like made his career in this system running outside zone. So like, I guess if they really wanted to, they could just bring Raheem Mostert back, who I know is 34 years old or whatever, and obviously wasn't like special or anything like good last year, but like they are running an offense that is perfectly fit for him to play in and what he'd made his career at. But yeah, I feel like they're definitely adding someone in the offseason, whether it's free agency or the draft. So I don't know. I don't know this running back class that well.
Yeah. When it comes to the running back class, it depends on if you want somebody that matches what Genty, like you want the opposite of Genty, you're gonna have to get one of these like smaller guys. That's why I do like Emmett Johnson. Just because he's 200 pounds, he can catch the hell of the ball, and that's what you need. You need somebody like that, right? Because the thing is, you go like Mike Washington, right? And that's what I'm talking about, like because Mike Washington's 6'1", 233, and I don't know what he already jumped. Are they doing those jumps right now? Because he just jumped 39 inches and had a 10.8 broad jump, so they're already working out right now.
Yeah, they're probably just starting.
Yeah, he had 39-inch vertical right now. And he's 223 pounds. And he's 6'1" with 33-inch arms. And I don't know what he's going to run. If he hits 4.4, 4.3, because he is gone and he has a lot of flexibility. But as I'm saying, if they go that route, I don't know. Because he's more of a power guy, though. He's more of a gap scheme guy, in my opinion. So Mike Washington, he is ridiculously fast. And then you go to some of these other running backs. I mean, of course, Jared Price and stuff like that. That'd be crazy if they took Price because that'd be kind of high.
Price might be going.
But it's just not deep, man. I mean, like a lot of these guys I haven't really got to. Like Nicholas Singleton's a pretty good player, but he's a bigger dude too. I don't think he's doing anything because he got hurt at the Senior Bowl, I believe.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember that.
Jonah Coleman, I like what he can do, but I guess he didn't do anything today either because he
I
didn't
think
got no
he
numbers.
battled an injury at Washington this past year, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and he can catch football too, but and he's actually perfect for the wide zone.
Okay,
He's perfect for it. So if you wanted to compliment, and he can catch too. He can catch the football. He does catch the ball pretty well. He blocks pretty well, but he's perfect for the wide zone. He is a wide zone running back. That's exactly what he is. So, but yeah, he's a good player. He's a good player. It's just not a deep class. You know what I mean? Of course, Max Bredson might be that 6th round pick though. Might go Max fullback, Mike Bredson from Michigan.
Another Bredesen in the NFL. That's right.
Another Bredson. Mm-hmm.
It's like 3.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Where's the wide receivers at? They give me the wide receivers.
They haven't tested yet.
Yeah, they haven't tested yet. I guess not. But wide receiver position here, right? I mean, that's another position of need here. Maybe decide where they go. I really hope they wait a little bit and see what they do, because I like, people like, talk about like Denzel Boston as a guy at 36. You got to take him at like 36. If you wait long enough, you're not gonna take him. Do you take a Branch so he like returns kicks? Do you take somebody like that? Even though Branch is a gadget guy, like he doesn't have anything on film that says like I can run routes at this point. Just same thing with like
I saw something like 50% of his catches were like on screens this past season. Is that right? I think I saw that floating around there.
Yeah, and I might be confusing him and Deion Branch because they're basically the same player. So, but like at his last name.
Deion Branch? Or are you talking about the dude from Oklahoma?
Dude from Oklahoma. What's his name? Yeah. It's Deion Branch, right?
No,
what's dude for Georgia? What's dude for
Zachariah Branch?
Yeah, Zachariah Branch.
You're combining the two of them.
So they have the same last name. Okay, but I thought it was.
No, I think it's not Deion Branch. Deion Branch played for the Patriots.
What is his last name, bro?
Hold on, it's following me. Burks. There
it is. God damn. See, I had it right. All right. Deion Burks. They're kind of same player, right? Kind of gadget guys, but they can return kicks, right? That's kind of how you look at it. Love just ran a 4.37. So yeah, there we go.
Yeah, not surprising.
They're kind of the same player. So do you take a guy like that? Do you take a guy so you have somebody who can return kicks? That's kind of the only thing I would think of is why you take a wide receiver like that early. But like you got the Ted Hurst and guys like that who I think their buzz is kind of slowing up. You could take them later, or like the Reggie Virgils, those type of guys. I think those guys got to kind of slow down a little bit and kind of fall. But like it's people want the Surratt's. Like if they take Surratt, like I'm not the biggest fan of Surratt. I'm not a big Surratt fan. He can't get open. See, because the big difference between Omar Cooper and Surratt is the Miami game. Omar Cooper got open. Surratt didn't. He couldn't get open at all. Right. And that was the huge difference between those two. You know what I mean? Like
Surratt's good at the back shoulders, but there's part of the reason why he's so good at the back shoulders because he can't break free. And when you just sit on him, like you talk about when Miami's corners, they were just sitting on the back shoulder throws. Like there wasn't much else that he could do.
Yeah. All right, a couple more questions to get out here. What's up with all the love DJ Glaze received from Spy Tech and Kubiak? I don't know. They probably think he's a great guard.
Yeah. Maybe slide him inside. Yeah. I can't help, but I can't imagine that they're just going to let DJ Glaze go out there and not have the job uncontested at least. I mean, I guess Charles Grant will compete for it at the very least, but I don't know about that one.
Yeah, because that was my thing. Like nobody was going to ask him if he's going to move Grant to right tackle.
Yeah.
Like nobody asked that. I feel like it's like an elephant in the room. Like, do you move Grant to right tackle? Can you see him playing right tackle?
Yeah. Especially after locking up Colton Miller or locking down Colton Miller.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like Colton Miller he's there. He's going to come back. He has to play right tackle. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know what these guys here. What do you think Genty would have ran if he ran the 4? Probably like 4 or 5. I bet.
Low 4.5s, high 4.4s.
That's why he didn't. Do the Raiders still take him at 6 if he does it? I don't know. Maybe we have Armand Mimbu. You know what I'm saying? If he runs a 40. Let's keep it real. Man. Be sure I'm missing any questions. I think we're good. Yeah. All right, guys. So that was our combine recap. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like I said, we'll be back with some more draft stuff. We get the draft breakdowns coming back. Me and Glenn will be back on Monday, and then you'll be back on Friday. We're back on the road. I'm back in the combine, where we're so everything's back to normal, guys. We're back to normal. We'll be back to doing our about 4 shows a week for the rest until draft time. We got about a month and a half.
Yeah, it's cutting it close. We got free agency coming up in a few weeks here.
Yeah, we have to do free agency now. Do we have to do that next week?
I think we still do. I don't know. I feel like every time we do a free agency episode, the dudes get tagged or signed like the next day. I don't know. Personally, I like being more reactive to free agency.
Yeah, that's what to say. We're about to be reactive here, with free agency. We're not going to be proactive. We're going to be reactive.
Something like that.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. So we're out of here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like I said, hit the TDL store. You got some new stuff, man. Get some slides. At least get the phone. You support the phone. I'm gonna get the flag up there too. I'm about to get the flag up there, so be on the lookout for that. And then of course we're doing some giveaways here, guys. But we are out of here. Peace.